Her street, she comes under the sharp eyes of the granny police.
The granny police. This is something that's very powerful in China, and they have found that there are certain women, it's called Granny Wu. It's never called Grandpa Wu. Granny Wu is allowed in each village. There is a Granny Wu who is appointed, and I'm sure there are Granny Wu wannabes that are vying for her position, but she is allowed to go in and out of anyone's home without knocking at any time of the day or night. And she's going to be following this woman. She is the one who is always very naturally nosy. And this is interesting because we have this situation here at Evergreen. And even though the film was originally filmed focusing on the student who has the papers that she's tearing up in her hands, really the focus of this film is on the Granny Wu, who is controlling her. And this film is called Gotcha by the Short Hairs because the Granny Wus here in Olympia are all women who have short curly hair for some reason. But do you see how she's the one making the authoritative beeline? And she also made sure that no one else could get to this person. She went in, I've seen some other footage, and now that I'm doing this, I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to bring that up too, because she comes in and does this, but she's not a police officer. She really doesn't have that sort of authority. So there's a degree of protection. This is Anna Shelect, who I am leaving a link below because she is someone who was an Evergreen graduate and was there back, I think, even in the 70s. If you take a look at her interview, she is very, very deeply involved in Chinese politics and wanting, and she even says it, that she wanted a golden flower revolution really for the entire U.S. I had said before she wanted one for Olympia, but in rereading her manifesto here, her interview, her history, she has a very strong agenda and is very much a Granny Wu in this town, very much has taken the, leading role in things and is once again one of our Granny Wus here. Another Granny Wu who we have is this one, and it's interesting, I moved away from here for 20 years and came back, and all the Evergreen real diehards, real communist diehards who really wanted to just burn everything down are now these Granny Wus that we have to contend with. So let's just go back and see, what do Granny Wus do?
Granny Wu is responsible for the 16 families who live around this end of the street. Liu Taiping's family is one of them. Soon after Liu gets home, Granny Wu calls to deliver, as she always does, a family planning message.
去吃好吧？哎。
It's kind of outrageous that this poor woman, she had taken a long bus trip. It's really cold out. This is, part 2 of a 4-part film of these people who live in this little village, and she's just trying to get the child to pee. And you'll see Granny Wu just comes right there she is. There she is. She's right there. Mama didn't even get to pee yet. So these people are on it. It's creepy. It's as if they have no inner life, and it's creepy she's with that child, because this turns out to be a very tragic ending of a film, because Granny Wu's are always for something that is horrible, it seems. Anyway, have a nice day, everybody. Take really good care. Bye.